Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to ADR Rush. Today, what we're gonna do is we are going to install a Gsxr quick shifter. Now, in order for me to install this quick shifter, I have to remove the seat so I can bring the tank, lift the tank up, remove the air box, and access my coils. So we're gonna start off with removing the seat. You guys don't know, we do have the same bikes. They are 2 years apart, but they still the same bike, regardless.
Twin bikes.
They're twin bikes. So we're gonna remove these two screws here. I'll try to make this video as quick as possible for you guys.
You have the metal pan.
You're probably wondering, what am I gonna use the strap for? A lot of people use 2x to hold the tank up. Nah, man, it's in your way. You put a 2x4 piece of wood here, it's gonna be in your way. So we try to do things right, try to do things smart, work smart, not hard. And my son is laughing. It's okay, we all make mistakes. We're only human. So we're gonna take this and do that. You can either use a strap, but ouch, I hit myself with the foot peg. So I use this for this. I can either go in here. Let me see how I want to do this. I do this like I do my carpentry stuff. I should not release. Right there. See, there's no 2x4 here, nothing in your way. Alright, so we're gonna remove the air box. I'm gonna start off with this screw. I'm gonna leave these two on. I'm gonna remove this one. Put the screwdriver back in my pocket. I did clean my filter a while ago. It's still freshly clean. Put this up here. I gotta remove the velocity stacks. In this bike, in order to remove your air box, you gotta unscrew your velocity stacks, because your velocity stacks are being pinned down. I mean, your air box is being pinned down, sandwiched with the velocity stacks. Yep. Alright, so put those velocity stacks here. Okay. And put them in the direction I took them out. Don't know which is which. I gotta change this double-sided tape. So now we want to remove the ECU. Get the ECU out the way. Now, now we have to access the ram air. Now I have full access to my coils. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead by the way, this is a wire harness, part of the quick shifter. These two are pairs. These two are pairs. Alright, so I'm gonna route from left to right. So as you see here, the rider cable is longer so it can reach out further. So I'm gonna do a coil at a time. So I said right to left. All right, so this part of the coil goes here. I mean of the harness, and this part goes into the coil. It's basically, you're basically Disney chaining it. Okay. So we remove this. This one goes in here. That one goes in there. To the next one. Hopefully I'm doing this correct. This is my first time installing a quick shifter. I did read the instructions. I'm guessing it because these have these little red squares on it. That's why I'm second guessing this, but I'll double check in a minute. Like I said before, I am no mechanic, but I am definitely mechanic inclined. All right, guys, we're back. So I checked on this red what this means. The red is basically if you have a 1-cylinder bike or a 3-cylinder bike, that just means that. So I'm good to go. I can connect these back. My next step is rerouting these wires along the side of the frame. Now, according to the instructions, it says keep wires away from cylinder heads, and hot places like the exhaust and things of that nature that produce heat. Another thing, it says keep away from the ECU. So that's one thing you gotta make sure you do, be aware and pay attention to when you're installing this. Come around, Angel. So as you see, these two wires, this is the ground. This ground should be grounded to the frame. Alright, so I connected the Velcro module to the frame of the bike in this area further back, and right now what I'm gonna do is come back up here. up here. I'm gonna loosen this up. I'm gonna bring this down, but I'm gonna feed my wires through under the tank. Alright guys, so we're back. We analyzed the bike, the position. I couldn't find nowhere closer to put these wires, so I had to bring, in order for me to install the ground cable to this frame here. What's preventing me from going up? Alright, so I had to slide this over out, which pretty much the Velcro's not really catching, so I'm gonna see if I can put a zip tie through here, holding this in place right there. Now that part is done. I got this wire here. Now another place you want to do is look for the location on where you're gonna put this module at. This is a different module. So I cleaned this up already. I decided I'm gonna put the module here. Before you go ahead and do that, make sure that your sensor, this is the sensor that goes to your shifter, make sure it reaches. So it reaches, in my opinion, it reaches, is more than enough. So this sensor connector connects to this module here, and then this connects to this connector here. Let me make sure I got this correct. Just like that. Snug it in. I'm gonna fit it right here. I already cleaned that, so I'm gonna take this. It's a little tight in there, but that's a perfect spot for me, in my opinion. This is a small module. So I am gonna put the sensor. There's different locations you could put the sensor on. You can put it here, you can put it here, you can put it here. I'm gonna put it here because you can downshift. From what I read in the booklet, you can downshift if you put it here. So I'm gonna try that. If that don't work, if that gives me issues, then I can always put the sensor here. No, it's a number 10. Now this screw, if you're gonna put it here, you gotta change out this screw with the one they gave you. This is the one they gave you. Now you see how these these washers are cupped. Cup is basically like this, like doing that. That's the side you want to put towards the sensor, because when you shift, that applies pressure, and when it applies pressure, since the cup is facing towards the sensor, it cuts off the power on the spark plug on your what you call those? I remember ignition coils. Alright, so I removed the factory screw. I'm going to throw that screw in here. I'm going to take this. Oh, don't want to forget, you want to put these washers. You have to put these washers. If you don't put these washers, it's not going to work. I'm going to leave this off. This is a spacer. I'm going to leave that off. And put the spacer in here. And put that with the other original screw. I'll label that when I get a chance. So you just want to hand tight this. And you want it nice and snug. Don't go crazy with the impact, because you're going to ruin the sensor. So make sure it's in the position you want it before you tighten it. Because if you tighten it and you try to move the sensor, you will ruin it. Now it says give it a snug fit. Alright, that's it. That's it. Alright, I was going to take it for a spin, but I forgot. I do have it on a stand. So let me show you guys real quick. Come here. This light is going to turn red at first. Once you turn on the bike, it turns green. It turns green. Alright? So now we're gonna do a test. Go back. Got it on first. That's first gear. Come here. Come around this way. Do this quick. That's first gear. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Now downshifting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, as you see, I was able to set it up to upshift and downshift with the quick shifter. The reason I set it up the way I set it up is for those reasons, that I can upshift and downshift without clutching. That's why I set it up. If I would have set it up on the actual rod, I can only go up. But I'm kind of glad. I'm going to put everything together and test it out on the street, and I'll catch you on a bit.